Welcome back everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Sunless Sea. Where we left off last time, we arrived at Hunter's Keep, we reconnoitered the island, and now it's time to leave and continue our journey. So we're going to head out of the port, we're going to turn our light off because that is silly to keep it on. I also realized something very amusing between videos. I've decided to showcase my new computer, which I have received and set up, which has some fairly top of the line parts in it, with a game that could probably run on the CPU alone without a need for any sort of GPU. Ooh, we might have our first fight up ahead. So there is a pirate steam finesse here. There are 5 crews, and we're going to shine our light on it. So we're going to increase our speed, maximum speed, and we've done a hit. We're going to try and not get hit back. We're going to get hit back. So we're going to turn hard and fire again. That should destroy their ship. Sometimes you can dodge around their gun hit radius, so the ship is yours. What will you do with her? Loot her and scuttle her, of course. She's a vile old vessel, and these Z's aren't safe. Take what you can, and move on. So we finished opening a cache of curiosities, and we picked out a bolt of fabric. Shake it out a little, and let it glimmer in the light. We found a bolt of spider silk. You can find spider silk in London, of course. There are troubles there with sorrow spider infestation, like anywhere in the Neath. But for real quality, you need to go east to the Connate, or to the fang-bristling fastness of Saviour's Rocks. So there we go. We got a lovely chunk of spider silk. We're just gonna use our Z-Bat, which is Z, ironically. And it tells you where places are compared to you. So there's Carissa's Point. We also got some more fragments. So Venderbight is a tomb colony, it's known as. It's a place where the nearly dead or sort of decaying go to live out the last of their very long lives, because it's actually quite hard to die in the Undersea. And they have a lovely little city here, and you can see that there's their dock. We're gonna go cruise right into there and take a rest. But yeah, this is the game I decided to showcase my new PC on. I find that kind of funny. I also am going to preemptively say that yes, I know there's no Pathfinder videos recently. We're taking a little bit of a break from Pathfinder because we did the alpha last month and we've done a whole bunch of the beta this month. I just need a little bit of a rest from Pathfinder, so that's where we're at on that one. Trouble with the tomb colonists. You brought this decaying emigrant north. Now what? One last fight. Your passenger has been drinking. Ahoy, she chortles. Defend yourself. She launches a tipsy assault. Your crew hang back, chuckling. Thanks, crew. So we have a straightforward challenge, which means that we have a 100% chance of success, because we have 50 iron, and the success requirement is obviously a lot less than that. Your passenger, an effortless defense. Tomb colonists have a lifetime of bitter experience. Some of them are the deadliest combatants under the earth. Possibly this one is, when she hasn't drunk quite so much rum. You'll never know. She salutes you, laughing after you disarm her. Good fight, she opines, and then staggers backwards and falls over the side. You never do find what happened to her, but at least you have her rather magnificent cavalry saber and her belongings. So, we got an outlandish artifact, which I'm guessing is the saber. We gained an iron, so we're now at 51 iron. We lost our tomb colonist because she fell in the ocean. We gained 2 supplies, which is a-okay with me. And then we brought a Doom colonist to Venderbight and defeated them in an unexpected duel. So, there we go. On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Ew. Find ancient captains to speak to. The unsettled salvager. It shouldn't be too hard. What else have they got to do around here but molder? Terrible bad luck. An assortment of decrepit Z-captains gathers around her, compelled by tradition, honor, or boredom. She picks her nails and closes her eyes. When at last she speaks, I want to find Lady Black. The captains that can run do. The rest shuffle away as swiftly as they're able. Only one remains behind. How long were you down there, he asks. 20 minutes, she replies. The captain puts his hand on her shoulder. Seek the house of the Keel in Polythreme, he says. But if you can forget her, do. It's possible. He embraces her and departs. So, now we have to go to Polythreme for our guest, but we're not going to do that quite yet. So there are a few things we can do here. First of all, we're gonna gather gossip. Who's plotting what? Out in the tomb colonies. Along the coasts of the Untersea, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. We now have a port report for Venderbight. The last tour operator. So we can lose literally all of our supplies to take 12 tomb colonists to other destinations for rewards, but that will be all of our supplies and we will starve to death long before we reach them. And we don't have really enough money to, where's my money? There we go, 30. We don't really have enough money to resupply ourselves, so we're not going to do that one. We can visit the first curator, which we might do in a minute, but first we're going to explore Venderbight. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture, until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. An attack. You round a darkened corner and start out down a broad boulevard lined with grimacing statues. There is a fluttering of movement above, and a cloud of frost moths swoops down upon you. You beat them off with your walking stick. They are determined, and the largest are the size of Z-bats, but they are fragile. At last they retreat, leaving 3 of their number melting into water on the pavement. Their wings are marked with patterns that resemble letters. You peer at them, but the script is already dissolving. So we gained 5 fragments, and we gained a terror. I guess we're gonna go see the first curator. Z-captains. The first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all of the oldest tomb colonists, but even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. Good reason, apparently. He opens the door, and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. I'm going to listen to its whispered request. Z-Captain. Silk skin. Not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors. 7 colors. Hey, well. 7 colors? Cosmogon, Irigo, Pelican. Steward has list. Find them, here and there, across the wide black Z. Well, I will accept the commission. Thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for colors. It collapses, rustling back to the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful if you can do it this one last favor. We got 1, The Neathbow. It's a book for children. He gives us a page from the Neathbow. Apocyon, Cosmogon, Gant, Irigo, Pelican, Violent, and Vieric. Those are the colors we have to get. I guess. We're going to ask about the Grand Sanatorium as well. One hears the name whispered here and there in the arcades of Venderbight. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to Z. So we needed something else, somewhere to end. Grim. So that's really all we need to do here. And we are back in Venderbight, but there's really not much else to do here. There's only a couple of stores. We can sell some fuel or supplies, but we lose a ton of money on them. Also, fuel and supplies are both more expensive here. We have no tomb colonists to sell off. There's nothing at the temple we really want to do, or that we can do. We need to get memories of distant shores and stuff like that if we want to do that. Our cargo hold is kind of getting full, but that's mostly just due to our supplies and fuel and our bolts of spider silk. In fact, that's everything. Curiosities don't take up cargo space, just as a side note. Well, we might as well go explore this area a little bit. We're already up here, and there's a couple more ports we can stop into before heading back to London and getting some port report rewards. It's absolutely worth doing, strictly because then we get a little bit of more money. And our terror is still pretty low, and we have decent amounts of supplies and fuel. In fog, it's actually harder to aim at enemy boats, so that's something to keep in mind. That being said, it's also harder for them to aim at you, so it can be useful if you use it to your advantage. We're just sending out our Z-Bat every once in a while. We're looking for islands. Sometimes it'll give us clues as to where we should go. But unfortunately, there are no islands within the Z-Bat's range. We'll just keep doing that for a little bit. We're gonna head out. The Z is pretty big, so we're gonna head out a little bit this way, and then we'll loop down south. We'll try and find some sort of... There's an island right there. No islands in reach. Don't give me that. In fact, I think there's a port right up here. Oh shit, there's a jellyflower. These things are garbage to fight. Oh, it's gonna hit us for sure. That hurts. 8 damage, that's a fair amount of damage. We're gonna keep backing up. I'm gonna hopefully get this next attack off before it charges us. Come on. Oh, what? 1 hit point? Are you kidding me? That is some BS right there, but oh well. We killed the Gilliflower. The Gilliflower. Is it a young jellyfish? A lesser subspecies? Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sad slick of goo dissolving in the sea. We can just watch its rainbow oil colors fade and get a port report for Visage. Or we can eat it, possibly. We'll grab the port report. We now have 1 Z story, so that's kinda good. Shepherd Isles are here. I don't know why it was telling me. Oh, right. Let's turn off our lamp. Our lamp is good for targeting, but we still have low terror, so I'm not too concerned. Also, that is a lovely lighthouse, keeping us in the light. Oh, I clipped the shore a tiny bit there. Cut it a little bit close. Too close, really. And we took some minor paint damage. I think it's 3 damage for running your ship into the shore. Something like that anyways. The Shepherd Isles. Cheap lichen standing stones. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you, there are no actual shepherds on Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that founded the islands. Greybeards sitting in the village square nod solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tales. Ask us anything. So we can talk to them about many different things. Let's get tales of Thornwell Croft. What about that isle in the north? The one that isn't bridged. That old devil called Light. We did have a bridge, but the ship of Light came through here once. Hull of shining brass, lamps like the stars, all those damned on deck at once. Couldn't tell if they were laughing or screaming, plowed through the bridge and kept on going. Everyone who tries to rebuild it bursts into flames, so we don't try to rebuild it anymore. So we got another Z story. We have 2 Z stories. And now we're going to compile a port report. Oh yes, yes, my yes, there's been goings on. In the bleak light of the false stars, surface roiling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and flash of fire, 3 widows swim in tentacles, and then we saw His Highness. There's a rather lot of this material. You now have a port report, Shepherd Isles. We can engage an officer, the sigil-ridden navigator, but we can't yet because we don't have sigil-eaten navigator. We don't have 50 echoes. Oh yeah, we don't have 50 echoes. That's mostly it. We can get a navigator here, but we just don't have the money. Unless, of course, they want to buy some... They don't want to buy anything. And they're very expensive. Oh yeah, this is our officer page, by the way. We have 1 cook and we have 1 mascot. So yeah, we can have 6 officers. A first officer, chief engineer, gunnery officer, surgeon, cook, and a mascot. But we only have the 2 so far. And let's nuke our lamp. We're headed south now, towards Abbey, which is right over there. So when the Z-Bat does notice islands, they'll mark it on your map as long as you click on it. And once we reach Abbey, we will call it a video. And we'll gradually make our way back towards London with all of our new port reports to make us some sweet, sweet money. There's Abbey right there. It's not very far away from the Shepherd Islands, which is nice. Look at that lovely building. It is very much an abbey. Alright, and that's where we're going to end for this video. Like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. And I just want to reiterate, we're not giving up on Pathfinder Kingmaker. We're just taking a little bit of a break. I'm going to hope that the release comes pretty soon. Because while I love playing the beta and seeing what's different between the alpha and the beta for the game, a lot of it is going through the same stuff that we've already been through. So it's nice to get a new game into the list for a little bit. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all next time.